Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Rebels will kick it away first. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the handoff. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And the Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The give on the option. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34. Almighty, this crowd is ready. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Right down the middle. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Makes the catch at the 30. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Give to the running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Leaves it with the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, fourth down in their own end, and they're going for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. That's caught. It's Clinton. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Not the start the offense wanted to have. They had to punt the first time out. And here on the opening play of their second drive, they're going backwards. If they're going to run the football, these big guys up front, they've got to do a better job.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Backing up on the first 2 plays, now to try to throw it and drive on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Oh, they're after him. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Georgia sends out the punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field.
Timeout, Ole Miss.
Back to throw, it's Clemens. Got his man quickly. Quick step and go. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. On the move, it's Worthy.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Pulls it in. It's Webb. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
This defense really does a nice job playing with their eyes and pursuing the ball. They took away all of the quarterback's options down the field. When he finally checked it down, they rallied to him, made the tackle, now setting up 4th.
Wants to bring it back. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's taking the shot. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
And it didn't take long early in the game. That's the matchup everybody has their eyes on. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best DBs in the game. They're going to be going toe-to-toe all game long. That time, the defender comes away with an early win in the matchup, but the war is not over. We're going to see many more battles as this game goes on.
Yeah, and great job by the linebacker understanding what to do in zone coverage. I drop, I take my steps. When that quarterback's feet get set, my feet get set. I break on the football. Nice break. Way to go break that up and swat it down.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
The Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. He leaves it with his back. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this 1st quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the 1st quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Georgia.
So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run play action. Makes the grab outside. It's Pratt. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And a 1st down for the offense.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Got it! They will score! Touchdown, Dogs!
And And they finally lift the lid. Man, I didn't know if we were going to be 0-0 going into the half, going into the fourth quarter. The offense finally puts a drive together, breaks that seal. Excited to see now if this opens things up, calms people down, and lets them have a little more success.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. The throw to the outside is complete. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
The Rebels come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Looking to throw, it's Clemens. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Zings it complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Wants to keep it in the air. Throws for the tight end. It's complete. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
They're looking for an advantage to the right. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
And the Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. A run for the quarterback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
To the air, it's Clemens. Working that left side now. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
I know everyone's yelling, like, you didn't get the 1st down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a 3rd down. And guess what? Nowadays, 4th down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time. But you always, always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Trying play action. Got his man on the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. Right on the money. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Running into the open space. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. To the air on first down. Under fire. Turning it on. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown.
Man, it's so nice to have a weapon like this at quarterback. It dictates coverage. You want to play man-to-man? Everybody turns their back. Watch him pick him up, put him down, chew up yards, getting a big play down the field.
Gets it out quickly. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacting quickly. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Here's a heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. He's looking downfield to throw. Here's the pressure. Touchdown, Georgia! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And I like this offense. I like watching it, man. They find a way to make plays and spread the football around. But I tell you what, I think this QB has an eye for this guy because that's 3 TDs now in 4 games. He wants to find him to make plays, really starting to trust that receiver out wide.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking to throw, it's Clemens. Trying to burn this defensive back. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Ole Miss!
And that that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Two teams inside the Big 12 squaring off today, and it's now a final. Here's a quick recap. Florida sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the fourth quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in the swamp. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. Big 12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
Hey, Kevin Connors, keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Unleashes one. Got his man downfield. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Defensively, they knew they were going to see 4 verticals, right? They show that time and time again. And with this guy and his speed, this play is tailor-made for him, and they're going to have to find a different coverage to try to slow this down.
Going for it all. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to pass. It's Clemens. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender. Free yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Wants to go up top on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Motion from the wideout. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one.
And it's a great punt. Obviously, he gives himself time to let his guys get down the field, get in position. Remember, don't let that thing cross the goal line. Try to keep it inside the 10. Nice job down in the football, setting your defense up for great field position.
From his end zone, he'll go up top. Fires to the tight end. Down at the 16-yard line, and they're threatening to score in the waning moments of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Williams. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to throw on first down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And he gets the interception and finally run out of bounds, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Pulls and throws off the RPO. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Touch pass on the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Wants to throw again. Pocket breaking down. And the misconnection on 3rd down.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Brings it in down the left side. Finds a seam. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And that's the exact opposite of what this defense drew up in the locker room. You want to stop giving up explosive plays. You want to play deep, make the offense earn it, but play one. They put the ball in the air, down the field. DB can't make a play. Not only that, the run after the catch, a disastrous start for this defense.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
To the air, it's Clemens. Pressure coming. And they'll wrap him up. If there's ever been a position group that sort of identifies with the team's mascot, it would be the bulldog mentality of this Georgia front.
Those hunkering down dogs up front, they got to hunker down and stop the run and be physical. And then guess what? It gets into passing situations. Now I'm quick. Now I'm on the edge. Now I'm making that quarterback's life a living you-know-what.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Wants to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Williams. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Off play action. He unleashes a long one. Grabs it inside the 10. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
No, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. To throw, it's Clemens. The sure hands, it's Clinton. There he goes. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
That last big play has them in position to threaten here, 1st and 10 from the 37. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on first down. That screen just never got set up, and they're lucky they didn't turn it over.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Using the quick game, they're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Well, a nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they are inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one off. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
Makes the catch. It's Webb. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. The 30. The 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense...
Oh, they blocked the extra point.
No good. That keeps the score. Georgia 34. Ole Miss.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll leave it with him. Got the first down and still on his feet. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Defense coming through and knocking him down for a loss, and that'll be the end of the third period. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to throw, it's Clemens. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Caught in the backfield, it's Worthy. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He lets it fly. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That 4th down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
They are in no mood to show any mercy as they keep flexing their muscle on offense.
Up big in the 4th quarter, and you just keep taking shots down the field. That tells you...
Just steamrolling the defense. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Back to the ground game on the left. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
And the Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
The Rebels are flying down the field. Motion from the back. Looking for room. It's Webb. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later, it's in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
And as an offense, that's just why you cannot get behind the sticks in these types of situations. 3rd in California is hard to complete and is hard to convert for anybody. And even though the running back is able to do something positive on that 3rd down play, it's just too many yards to gain, and now they're forced to punt.
That's caught. It's Clinton. Down to the 32 and out of bounds right there. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
Fourth down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the fourth down conversion.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Back to throw, it's Clemens. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time. And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. The chains will move, and they'll have first and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. And that one's way too far for everybody.
And it's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense, to stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment, and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to them, and keeping this.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And he goes to the ground, and that's how this game is going to end. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game possible.